One of the promises of AI was alleviating the burdens of Silicon Valley. Instead, it's inducing anxiety in tech workers and contributing to a culture of workaholism. Techies can't seem to turn their laptops off as AI agents build around the clock, pushed by investors desperate to beat the ever-increasing competition. This is one of the best things I've read in 2026, reported out by Bloomberg's Natasha Mascarenhas. It's just true. Call it what you will. Founder mode on.
Right.
You know, build, let's build. You hear it all the time. Take us inside the report.
Yeah, I mean, this story that I did with my colleague Rebecca Torrance was very much inspired by this idea that we are often covering the stories that are, in this moment, up and to the right. So what's this cascade of anxiety beneath the surface? And time again, you know, once the laptop shut or the interview was done, the follow-up we would hear from those same people was, it's great, but this came at a huge cost.
Right.
And so it's manifested in everything from, you know, touch grass parties where you're not allowed to mention AI, otherwise you have to make a donation, to...
Does that kind of give you some mental breathing space?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. To, you know, beds in the office and founders saying it's not just working all hours, it's if we don't hit a multi-billion-dollar revenue stream, not valuation, revenue, you know, by next year, our company is toast. And so, you know, it's heightened stakes and there's minimal space to give, you know, breathing room to that. And so that was the goal of this story.
That's so interesting. It's why we track, like, the ARR targets, so, like, to gauge how startups are doing.
Sure.
I want to just go over the AI agent bit. Like, the idea that's pitched is you say to AI agent swarms, do this, I'm going to go to bed, and when I wake up, should be done. What you're reporting is that actually in practice, the engineer is still at the computer staring at the screen.
Totally. I mean, in some ways, it's actually the vision that's always been pitched, right? That it's no longer the human controlling the AI, but the AI controlling the human. And so a lot of engineers were sort of saying there's been this swap between, we feel like we have to be on standby at times, seeing how our agents are doing things. And it is this, you know, really electric moment of they're listening to me, they're working around the clock. But as, you know, employees want to prove their standing within companies, it actually looks a little bit more like hands-on, just watching and waiting. One engineer I spoke to, one developer I spoke to, is the mother of 2 children who mentioned that she's often told by Claude Code to go to sleep and, you know, head to vacation. And so while Anthropic tells us that that is actually not a feature or, you know, a response to something, it is a sign of the times.
Right.